Not as common as it used to be, tobacco use in the form of cigarette smoking is still common in the United States. Cigarette use dropped to an all-time low in 2017. 14% of adults aged 18 and older still smoke cigarettes in the United States. Although with a decrease in cigarette use, there has been a dramatic increase in the use of e-cigarettes, also known as electronic cigarettes, and the hookah, which also contain tobacco. According to the American Heart Association, e-cigarette use has jumped 78% in high schoolers and 48% in middle schoolers in the past year. All forms of tobacco use, such as cigarettes, e-cigarettes, and hookah, should be banned due to health risks and increasing use of these tobacco products. Many of you may be wondering why exactly smoking cigarettes is not good for your health. Cigarettes contain many harmful substances such as tobacco, which is very addictive due to the compound nicotine found in tobacco. Nicotine is a very addictive drug and is one of the main reasons people continue to smoke. Although nicotine itself is not particularly dangerous or cancer-causing, it is addictive. Tobacco contains 250 known harmful chemicals and 69 cancer-causing chemicals such as acetaldehyde, aromatic amines, arsenic, and benzene. According to the National Cancer Institute, breathing even a little tobacco smoke can be harmful. Cigarette use is responsible for 1 in every 5 deaths in the United States. Due to cigarette use, Deaths due to cigarette use were 36% by cancer, 39% by heart disease and stroke, and 24% by lung disease, according to the National Cancer Institute. Use of cigarettes have also had harmful effects on secondhand smokers. Secondhand smoking is inhaling a side stream smoke, which is smoke released from the burning of tobacco, and mainstream smoke, which is smoke exhaled by the smoker. Secondhand smoking is known to have harmful effects on the heart and blood vessels. According to the National Cancer Institute, secondhand smoking is responsible for increasing heart disease by 25 to 30% and causes around 34,000 deaths by heart disease in the United States every year. Although tobacco use in the form of cigarettes is at an all-time low in the United States, e-cigarette usage is at an all-time high. E-cigarettes Electronic cigarettes are also known as vapes and are battery operated. E-cigarettes are very popular amongst teens because they are advertised to them small, easy to use, easily accessible, easy to hide, and do not release as much smoke or smell as a common cigarette. Due to use an e-cigarette, you insert liquid which usually contains tobacco into the e-cigarette. The e-cigarette heats up the liquid into a vapor, which is then inhaled. Although e-cigarettes are advertised as being safe to use, they are not. E-cigarette usage is very popular amongst teenagers due to being advertised as not dangerous and non-tobacco containing. Many liquids that claim not to have contained tobacco, when tested, do contain tobacco, thus leading to e-cigarettes being addictive. Recent evidence suggests that e-cigarette usage in teenagers is being used as a gateway into tobacco usage in the form of cigarettes in young adults, according to the National Institute on Drug Abuse. According to the American Cancer Association, 1 in 5 high schoolers uses e-cigarettes, 1 in 20 middle schoolers use e-cigarettes. E-cigarettes also contain a high nicotine content, which also contributes to their addictiveness. Due to e-cigarettes being common among young adults and teenagers, nicotine harms brain development. Also like e-cigarettes, an increasingly popular method of smoking tobacco is the hookah. The hookah is usually associated with Middle Eastern cultures, is becoming very popular in the United States. According to the American Heart Association, approximately 2.6 million US adults smoked the hookah in 2017. It is most common amongst 18 to 24-year-olds. Helping increase the popularity of the hookah is flavored tobacco, which is used in the hookah. The hookah uses water and the tobacco is inhaled as steam. A typical hookah session gives more smoke, tar, and nicotine than the average cigarette. Since the typical hookah sessions are longer than smoking a single cigarette, it is considered more harmful because you are exposed to the toxins for a longer period of time. All forms of tobacco use, such as cigarettes, e-cigarettes, and hookah, should be banned due to the health risks and increasing use of these tobacco products. The fall in cigarette usage in recent years has been accompanied by the rise in electronic cigarettes and the hookah, both of which have made tobacco use popular again amongst young adults and teenagers. Tobacco use is known to be dangerous and is one of the leading preventable causes of death in the United States, with 1 in every 5 deaths being associated with effects caused by tobacco inhalation, according to the CDC. By banning all tobacco products in the United States, we can prevent a rise in health problems that will most likely occur with a resurgence of tobacco use due to e-cigarettes and the hookah. Thank you for your time.